Next up, we have a Fatal 4-Way Falls Count Anywhere matchup. Now, the backdrop to this matchup is quite interesting. The Iceman essentially is a reanimated detective. I mean, he was murdered, and through, various different means of science, he was reanimated and brought back to life. Now, of course, he was tasked with finding his own killer. And fortunately, I mean, for us, personally, as an entertainment business, he actually tracked his killer back to the IPWC and is amongst the roster here. He was determined... here we go, here's the American Dream. Look at him, he's all fired up. Now, the Iceman has determined that his killer is one of the 3 men that are to be a part of this matchup, and he hopes to reveal the identity of that man here tonight at Summerjam. Now, personally, I mean, I've got some, come on, let's think about this for a second. The American Dream. He's a red-blooded American. He's literally the manifestation of every, of the American dream. Every American's dreams of the pursuit of happiness and, the pursuit of individuality, freedom of speech. He is literally the embodiment of that. He's the metaphysical, he's the meta and physical being. He was manifested from that in the universe, and he came here to the IPWC to wrestle. Now, I don't believe that he's the kind of man that would murder somebody. Now, the contract killer, we already know he's a murderer. I mean, but could he be implicated in this? I mean, it's hard to really say. I mean, yeah, he looks like the obvious choice. He's the contract killer, he puts it out there. He's not ashamed. This is his occupation. He doesn't just wrestle, he takes jobs on the side, and in a way, this is like an advertising platform for him, to advertise his wares, or his services, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, of course, it's hard. I mean, obviously, the skeptic in me says, it's got to be this guy. Because, the other guys, I just can't quite put it down. I mean, Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe is a kind of shifty guy. I mean, look at this guy. Completely egotistical. Admittedly, most people are. Most people are in this industry egotistical maniacs. There's no doubt about it. But the thing is, I wouldn't put it past someone like Diamond. Diamond Joe does have a very sketchy history. He was part of the IPWC a long, long time ago. He, removed himself. And during that time, while he's been away, he has been known to be involved in some criminal syndications. He's been known to own a lot of different intergalactic casinos. He has some on various different asteroid belts. He's been involved in definitely some shady stuff. There has been some news reports of him being involved in linked to certain murders, although nothing was ever proved. At the end of the day, the Iceman, I don't know the details of the murder. I mean, the Iceman could have very well been, here he is, the Iceman, and there's the bullet wound in his chest there. They weren't quite able to heal that scar. And I think, to be honest with you, I think the Iceman wears it proudly. It's like his dance with death, as it were. But it's hard to really say. The only person I could say that it really isn't is the American Dream. But at the same time, maybe my judgment is clouded. Maybe in the American Dream's pursuit of happiness, he got into some kind of altercation, or he was being investigated. This is the thing I was saying before as well about when it comes to Diamond Joe, is that he could well have been being investigated for his shady practices, and he could have taken out a cop or two, just to watch his own back. It's really, really hard to say at this point. Really, really hard to say. And Wayne Rooney rings the bell, and here we are. Let's go. Contract Killer goes straight for the Iceman, sends him to the outside. Now remember, this is Falls Count Anywhere. So, you know, outside the ring, inside the ring, up the ramp, doesn't matter, Falls Count Anywhere. And Contract Killer is very much aware of that, which is why I assume he's taking him straight to the outside to split this fight up. Now Diamond Joe with some great maneuvers. I'm going to try and call this as best as I can do, considering the amount of action that will be going on in the ring. So, you know, I'll flip between... Oh! Contract Killer with the baseball bat. Hit, and he's going for the pin straight away. One. No, not able to get the... Now, what's the motivation for the Contract Killer? I mean, at the end of the day, he's in a matchup. He wants to win. But that is a vicious streak to go for. And even the American Dream going for the chair from the get-go, that is a vicious streak. We've got to note that, surely. 1, 2. American Dream not put away by Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe hit him with the drop kick, and Iceman on the outside with a jawbreaker. And the Iceman just choking the Contract Killer. I mean, does the Iceman actually already know? Does he already know and he's just not saying? It's hard to tell. Hard to tell at this point. The Iceman, I don't... Because, I mean, there would be a reason for that. I mean, at the end of the day... One... Oh, no, not able to get the pin on the Contract Killer there. I mean, there would be a reason for that to, you know, withhold that information, because if the person did know, maybe they wouldn't show up to the match for a start. Also, as well, it's like a fear tactic, you know? I mean, because if he is in this match, if one of these men are in fact the murderer, then to have them in this match and, you know, the Iceman kind of be onto you, that is a scary situation, because you can't give yourself away. If you do, then at the end of the day, you could be going away to prison for a long, long time. So it's really, really hard to say at this point. Really, really hard to say. Now, Contract Killer is going for another pin. Can he get the pin? 1, 2. No, I didn't think he would. Iceman is a tough cookie, to say the least. Oh, and Diamond Joe going for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, very close. Iceman went to break that up. Didn't quite get there in time. But now, even Iceman is going for the pin now. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god! That was a very, very brief match. But the Iceman did say, watch out for who he pins. Now, he didn't say that this would be the killer, but he kind of alluded to it. But again, like I say, I can't imagine. I really just cannot imagine the American Dream being the murderer here. I'm going to have to go backstage and get an answer from the Iceman on this one, because this leaves too many questions. There's just too many questions here. I just can't believe he got away with this. I mean, the American Dream was not the same after being hit with that chair. I'm sure he was hit with a chair earlier on in the matchup. He took a bit of a beating from Diamond Joe, and he just wasn't the same after that. And there's your winner, the Iceman. Well done to the Iceman there. Great win. But I just don't know what that means. Because again, he could be doing this to deflect what he knows. I don't know. We'll find out on Monday night. I'll do my duty and I'll find out, and I'll have a statement for you by Monday. On Monday night. This is not WWE.